Hello my fellow sickos of any and all gender, T-Dub here, and welcome to me rambling incoherently about WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, which was released all the way back in 2006. 20 years ago. My goodness, do I feel ancient. Oh, time, where has it gone? Of course, got Triple Schnoz on the cover because he's got to be the face of everything, especially now. My goodness, has he done a number to his reputation these past couple of years? And I don't see any way for him to recover. Of course, I've been wrong about many things, but I do not see myself being wrong about this one. Nevertheless, let's talk about this here video game, shall we? The gameplay, it takes some getting used to. R3 is used for grappling, with R1 being a strength multiplier, which at first sounds all well and good. That is, until you want to execute an Irish whip. How do you do that? R1 and X. No, I am not kidding. This is the part that took the longest for me to get a hold on. The same input is used to pick up opponents from the ground. Outside of that, it is a standard wrestling game, with one exception. Clicking in R3 during a grapple or dragging your opponents to certain areas will initiate interactive moves that you can exploit to do massive damage. This would be nerfed a bit in certain later entries, but for here, they make for an easy win.
Oh boy, someone's gonna be singing soprano after this one.
I think the medical staff had better get the ice packs ready right now. Straddling that ring rope has got to be just about the most uncomfortable thing a human being can endure.
No kidding, JR. That's worse than an all-day donkey ride.
His opponent's down, and now he's sharing a piece of his mind.
He's gonna have to eat those words. He's going for the cover, JR.
One thing this game made me miss was how simple and fun Hell in a Cell matches used to be. I mean, you can literally just walk right out the door, no unnecessary mechanics needed. And the physics on top of the cell are bonkers, as there's no invisible wall to prevent you or your opponents from falling to your doom. The Buried Alive match is fine, I guess. I mean, it exists. At least the victory cutscene is pretty cool, so there is that. The ladder match is another for me. You gotta rotate R3 and L3 to find the quote-unquote sweet spot to take down the belts, and it's fine. I feel like the current mechanics are the best the series has ever had, and it's a shame that it took so many years for them to finally get it right. The backstage brawls are where all the fun is. Plenty of interactive objects with hilarious results. Downside is there's no commentary, which makes things eerily silent. Upside is I came across the most hilarious ending by accident. If you know your wrestling lore, then you may be liable to laughing into insanity once you see this. The roster is a bit of a mixed bag. There are some big-name main eventers, solid mid-carders, etc., but the women, as per usual during this era, are barely represented. I suppose my biggest gripe is that when you consider how many championships are in the game, the ratio of belts is pretty bad. 58 men to 10 championships they can fight for. Just oof, that's rough. And unlike later games, you can't vacate any of them to have one world title, one mid-card, and one tag championship. The arena selection is pretty good, although one in particular showcased this game's fatal flaw. ECW One Night Stand 2006. Do you see the problem yet? If not, then allow me to show you a picture of that event. Yeah, this game uses the same building for all arenas and only replaces the stage. Once you notice it, you can never put it away in your head, or at least I can't. The soundtrack is another part of 07 that is highly acclaimed. we got Rise Against, Ghostface Killer, Blackstone Cherry, Nonpoint, and right at the peak of their popularity, 3 Days Grace. My goodness, I cannot put it into words how big 3 Days Grace were from 2006 to 2012. They were untouchable and on top of the entire fucking world. Now for the main single-player experience, Season Mode. I decided to play through as Johnny Nitro, aka John Morrison, aka Johnny Impact, aka Johnny Mundo, aka Johnny Elite, aka Johnny TV, aka Jesus Christ, and no, I'm not even making that last part up. Wrestling is weird, and I hope that part never changes. The first thing you'll notice is that you have a locker room the size of an apartment, which is mostly customizable. Outside of walking around in first person, there's not much you can do, although I remember going over to the trophy case as a kid and just staring at the championships for who knows how long. Yeah, they look super blurry now, but you gotta remember, TVs in 2006 were not like 30,000K resolution, so we didn't see every imperfection. As for the mode itself, you gotta play through monthly story arcs week by week as you eventually make your way to becoming champion. The first couple of stories were kind of nothing in my opinion, although I did love this moment from Mark Henry and Mr. Kennedy.
That's right. He's gonna pay. Mark Henry's gonna... Nobody does that to me. Nobody does that to Mr. Henry!
The first interesting thing this game does is put you in a Royal Rumble match, which, for anyone new to wrestling, is a 30-person delayed entry battle royal where the last one standing gets a world title match at WrestleMania. And this game makes you wait until you enter, and I got a high number, which means I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And after about 5 minutes, I was eliminated, and Shawn Michaels won, but thankfully, there was still a way. After all, HBK was on Raw and will be challenging for the WWE title, which means the World Heavyweight title is still within our grasp. But first, we have Randy Orton stalking Jillian Hall. Wonderful! Thankfully, the nicest member of the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, puts a stop to that. Lashley is then taken out off screen. Oh boy, that doesn't speak well to WWE's allegations of racism. Then Matt Hardy is attacked, and right before our boy Johnny is about to as well, Gal Pal Melina makes the save in the most 2000s way possible. I am so glad that women in American wrestling no longer have to resort to being exclusively fan service. Anyways, our match on No Way Out is then made into a mixed tag match where the winning team's man faces the World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. What do the women get? Pfft, like this company fucking cares. So John Boy wins, gets the #1 contendership, and the gal. Kinda funny how this worked out, as Johnny Nitro and Melina were actually dating during this time period. Oh no, world champion The Undertaker decides to play mind games and has his brother in destruction abduct Melina. Yep, whatever agency she had before, poof, gone. We do get our revenge via a parking lot brawl, and oh boy is it glorious. You get to make the mayor of Knox County, Tennessee literally eat shit. Johnny rescues Melina the next week, and then incensed by these events, Kane wants in on the world title match and I guess just gets to hop in. So here we are at WrestleMania, Johnny Nitro versus Kane versus Undertaker for the World Heavyweight Championship inside Hell in a Cell, and it ends in the most climactic way possible.
Stop the match? Are you crazy, JR? It's just getting interesting.
Oh boy, looks like he's trying for a pin here.
While there are more insane storylines in this game, I do believe this video has gone on long enough, so it's time to wrap things up. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was a fun, if sometimes problematic, trip down memory lane. I can certainly see why so many laud this game as one of the better entries in WWE's catalog. However, I can also determine why people used to the more modern games may not exactly vibe with this one. The control scheme isn't the best, the roster is much smaller than the literal hundreds we have now, and there's so much mother effing fucking loading. So much loading, just so much. This is how you can tell this is a late era PS2 game. At the very least, I can say that I've played much worse, like WWF Warzone.
I don't think I want to know, quite frankly.
This match has the potential to be an instant classic, but I think these fans are too stupid to realize it. There's the pin!